This is The Tea Mind with me, Erica Moore. It's a space to slow down, step out of the noise, and see things a little more clearly. Some episodes are conversations around the moment that something clicked and what changed afterwards. Others are short clarity sessions, a few minutes where we sip tea together so we can come back to ourselves and think clearly in the middle of a full day. Because when the usual pace stops working and everything starts to feel a little bit unclear, the answer is rarely more information. It's usually a little more attention. A chance to pause and to see what's been overlooked, and to create enough space for clarity to find you. Welcome back to this week's episode of The Tea Mind. And you might have arrived here with something on your mind that you can't quite put your finger on. Maybe you've had a really busy day or a busy week so far and got loads done, but there might be part of you wondering why it feels like you are in the same place. You're not stuck as such, but just not really moving forward. And there is a huge difference. So as always, remember that we aren't trying to change anything in our pause for tea today. We're simply gifting ourselves a few minutes to make room to notice what is already there. So I encourage you to brew any herbal infusion that you're drawn to today. Today I'm drinking sea buckthorn blend, which is an infusion with lots of little sea buckthorn berries, they're grown wild all over the UK's coastline and all over the world. They're naturally really high in vitamin C apparently as well. And it's blended with a little bit of apple and cranberry and a little bit of hibiscus as well. So before you brew whichever tea you're drawn to today, just notice the colour and notice the smells and the steam arising as it is brewing. And for me, sea buckthorn really helps me feel energised because it's such a really bright, invigorating tea, and I think the flavours just really help to waken me up and to make me much more alert. So notice whatever tea you are drawn to today as we pause to get present for these few moments, allowing the warmth of our tea in our hands to be enough to just gently unwind our shoulders, let them drop a little bit as we breathe in, easing into our next breath and sipping your tea in your own time. Noticing your tea leaves and just becoming aware of any sounds that are around you as your tea leaves have settled now, as your leaves have steeped. And notice how the colour deepens a little bit. Just bringing your cup a little bit closer as you notice the steam, how quickly it appears and just as quickly it can disappear. And as you take your first sip, just notice the flavour arriving without trying to label it or name it. And then become aware of any sensations. Notice whether it's a fruit or herbal taste that you're getting first. And then just becoming aware of where you are as you're sipping your tea today. The room you're in, or perhaps you're outside. Just notice what's supporting you and your cup. Just becoming aware of any sounds around you. Just being aware of where you are in this present moment. Then turning your awareness to your body. As you breathe in, just notice any areas of tension. And maybe send your tea there on your next sip. Or perhaps there's a lack of awareness to your body and to what you're feeling. And just notice that as you continue sipping your tea. Just breathing in and breathing out. And just becoming aware that there are plenty of things waiting for us. Whether it's more decisions or conversations, more things to do. Whatever it is, just let those things remain exactly where they are. They will still be there after your tea. And as you just take another slow sip now, notice whether the flavour has changed since your first sip. Maybe it's deepened or got a little bit sweeter, or maybe the aftertaste stays a little bit longer. Just like your thoughts, some stay a little bit longer than others. And the more that they sit there, the more clear they can become sometimes. So the feeling that we're talking about today isn't always exhaustion. It's sometimes that kind of unique tiredness that comes when you keep returning to the same thing over and over again without actually making too much progress on it. And it's amazing how much movement can happen around just that one thing that hasn't quite been completed or progressed. And days can whiz by, you can get loads done, your calendar fills up, but something keeps drawing you back to the same place. Just continuing to sip your tea now, just notice any aftertaste. And just notice how long you can taste and feel the tea after you've sipped it. And then just getting curious as to where in your life you are active but not progressing. Where you're moving but you're somehow still remaining in the same spot. And then I wonder what keeps being postponed by all the other things getting done. Just notice what comes up for you. What do you keep postponing by all the other things that need to get done? And sometimes nothing is unclear. Sometimes the decision's just where it's always been, but you've just been giving attention to everything else round about it. And after a little while, it becomes quite hard to ignore. Just pay attention to that now. All that effort that you've put in, but the thing that really matters most is still in the same place. And perhaps that's why we keep circling back to it, just to remind us. As you take another sip of your tea now, just notice what's left as the flavour starts to fade away. And notice what's left after the question settles. Maybe you don't need a plan or even more options. Maybe you already know which thing deserves your attention. Just one thing. And as you finish your tea in your own time, just notice what's still here. That one thing that you've been avoiding and postponing and just continually returning to. It's probably still there waiting for you. But now it's safe and you've got attention to look at it directly. Just breathe in as you sit with that for a moment. And then as you set your cup down, just listen for the sound it makes against the table. A little ending. And perhaps that is enough for today. Just recognising where your attention has been waiting for you. And notice how you feel once you've acknowledged that. Thank you for joining me for my pause for tea today. I hope you enjoyed your tea and got a little bit more clarity so you can move forward with a little bit more intention through your day. Happy brewing! If something in this episode stayed with you, don't try and change everything at once. Just start with a moment. Make the tea, let it steep. Take a breath and notice what is actually there. And from there, choose what matters next. Because clarity isn't something that we find, it's something that we make space for. This is the Tea Mind. Until next time, take care of your attention.